Attracted to someone is pretty easy. Finding ways to melt the thorny heart is also easy, but keeping someone you so much desire isn't easy. After the candles burn and the panties stay low, desires grow. A selfless goddess begin to snow. Our heart. To feel loved and wanting to stay tall. Either we feel rejuvenated, stitched with love and smiles erupt like a volcano in the desert. Just there, a part of us begin to whisper, this is the right person to build the future, only to wake up to see problems begin to grow and drift us apart. Hi, my name is Selfesteem and welcome you to MorlaXorla channel. Today we bring you something very educative, very interesting, and something that's going to make your relationship perfect. We're discussing factors that affect your relationship, and these factors are two factors that affect your relationship. Now, when we talk about factors that affect relationship, we have two aspects, or we've categorized them into two. The first one is internal relationship environment, and the second one is external relationship environment. Just like in the business world, we have internal business environment and external business environment. One thing is that businesses do not exist, or things do not exist in a vacuum. They exist in an environment, and the environment affects the things they do. Now, when we talk about internal relationship environment, we're simply talking about factors that prevent your relationship from becoming successful, or factors that make it impossible for the things you envisage to become possible in your relationship. And then we've categorized them into two. And the first one is real self or personal habits. Personal habits simply are habits that we've lived with, or things that we've garnered from society that has become part of us. Okay, so those are the one factor that affects your relationship. So after you've met the person and you've had fun and other stuff that you wanted to keep the person, now the very thing that starts fighting you is your personal habit. This habit, maybe we tend to say that if you love me, you have to love me for everything that I am, my mistakes, my imperfections. That is true. But the problem starts when you think that someone should accept you for who you are, but you also find it very difficult to accept your partner for who they are. That becomes one of the major reasons why, or one factor that affects relationship. Let's move to number two. Ideal self. Ideal self simply here means the person you want to be. So it garners from your academia, the things you want to become. Maybe you want to become a medical doctor, so your mind is positioned to becoming a medical doctor. You're interested in reading stuff relating to that field or that profession. But your partner, on the other hand, is not that type of person who is interested in probably becoming a medical doctor. So you realize that your ideal self also affects your relationship. Then we move to the third aspect. Self-esteem. Yeah, one of the most important things talked about all the time. Self-esteem. Self-esteem is how you like yourself or value yourself. So I see myself as a gold. So if you begin to see me as a bronze or something, it means that you're trying to lower me below. You're trying to lower me below my standard, and definitely something awkward is going to happen. Okay, so self-esteem is how we perceive ourselves, like how we value ourselves, how we think. Okay, so once it becomes, or once they contradict with each other, there is definitely going to be a problem. So how you see yourself, your real self, your ideal self are the factors, or the internal factors that affect your relationship, because we categorize them to be internal because basically they are not from the outside, but they are about you and you and you. Now, let's move to the second aspect. The external relationship environment, or factors from the outside that affect your relationship. Step number one is culture. Yeah, culture is one thing that everyone born on this world or on planet Earth is from a set of family that they have values that they grow up to believe in. Now, culture inculcate certain things into us, and we tend to grow to be those styles. So even you can go and meet someone with a different culture, but their cultural beliefs contradict with your cultural beliefs, and that is a factor that also you basically have no control over. Okay, though culture along this line has been evolving, has evolved so much that so many things that were considered appalling has changed. But however, there are certain cultures that still hold their beliefs so strong that it's very difficult to actually convince them to move other way to your cross carpet. The second aspect is legal. If after meeting a person you want so much and make steps of moving the relationship to the next step, the first thing, another aspect or thing that comes to mind is the legal aspect. Some countries have very serious laws that bind or guide marriages and other stuff. So for instance, some jurisdictions have it that if you're married to someone and you intend to divorce the person, what's going to happen is either your properties are going to be shared equally, or maybe in some fair societies they might be shared with your partner 50-50. If you're not lucky and you happen to be in a jurisdiction where about 75% is going to be given to your wife or your partner, then you're in trouble. So this is a factor that makes people to rethink that, am I really going to make the best decision, or I just have to just stay or call everything off? Yeah, so legal aspects, because marriage or relationships differ from country to country. There are other countries that it is the women that are the head or make decisions and other stuff, and the men are simply to obey. So even if you're from a country that the men are superior or the head of the family, and you move into a country where the woman is the head of the family, definitely is going to affect you, and you might think that even though you like the person, you might not want to continue. Then the third aspect in the external factors is social influence. Yeah, social influence is one thing that you don't have control over. You can actually hypnotize your partner, let me say, or you can make your partner love you and accept that this is who you are, and try to positioning their way of thinking to be in line with you. But hey, one thing you must know, that society or social influence is key. Whatever you put into their mind can be squashed away by somebody in the next few seconds, and you have to come back re-explaining yourself or trying to put the person together. So it is very, very important to know that social influence is something that you have no control over. It can easily separate you or affect your relationship from growing. Then the last aspect, technology. Yeah, technology, we can't do anything about it. It has become something part of us, and we are growing with it day in and day out, and we love technology. Yeah. People think, they say social media, but I think that social media actually is encouraging. Social media actually is rather promoting antisocials, actually, because the time we spend together with our partners are limited. We rather live in a virtual world and having fun and other stuff, so it makes people more antisocial. Okay, so technology is so important that everyone is getting involved with tech, or trying to follow the new tech trends and get the new gadgets and show up with good pictures and other stuff. So it makes it very difficult that partners or couples do not have enough time to actually talk to each other or try to work themselves out. They are just glued to their mobile phones, their television sets, and these amazing technologies that are coming every day. And so these are the factors that affect your relationship. We categorize them into two: the internal relationship environment, and then the external relationship environment. And we mentioned about 7 points: real self or personal self, ideal self, self-esteem for the internal relationship environment, and then also culture, legal or laws, social influence and technology for the external relationship environment. Thank you so much for watching up to this point. I am Selfesteem and this is MorlaXorla YouTube channel. If today is actually your first time coming across us, kindly subscribe to the channel and also leave your comment, like this video and share with friends if it is you think it makes so much sense or makes sense. Share with your friend and thank you so much till we'll come your way again. It's a goodbye.